And no one can become a high priest simply because he wants such an honor. He must be called by God for this work, just as Aaron was. This verse, New Testament, is saying anybody can't be called to be a priest. They must be called by God, just like Aaron was. Anybody can't be called to be a pastor. They have to be called by God. Just because you have the feel that you have a set of people that's following you, and you have somebody that put a battery in your back, and the battery in your back is a figure of speech, a slang that someone is just enabling you, rooting you on to do something. If it's not God and it's not called by God, and we talked about the difference between being anointed and appointed. You can be anointed to pastor, but you're not appointed yet, meaning it's not your time. This will always fall flat. Because the thing is, you have to remember, God has to bless, ordain, and he has to purify whatever he's going to use. And since he hasn't put you through this full process, you calling yourself a pastor but are not following all the things that have to happen to be a pastor, and not being called by God but being called by people, the same people that bring you up are going to be the same people that bring you down. So I can always, if I don't have anyone follow me, still be a pastor because God called me to be a pastor, not the people. And God has called me for some people to follow me for a certain reason, because God has called and put some people in my spirit that I have destiny in me that's tied up, that's going to help them get further, help them get to a greater destination, help them get to a bigger place in God, a bigger place in their life, a bigger place, period, because it's tied up in me. I pull it out of them through God. So God is using me as a vessel to get to the people, to bless the people. So don't think that you're just so big because you're pastor. The thing is, you're just a vessel that God is using. But if you're not the one that God has literally called you, you are doing this on yourself. And if you're doing this on yourself, that means the people that are following you, you really don't have a plan for their life. You really don't have insight for their life. You really don't know what you're supposed to do with these people, because God has not given you any direction or any insight.